Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Everything Muy Bonita. Today I'll be creating a smoky eye with a pop of blue, and the palette that I'll be creating this look with was the BH Cosmetics Desert Oasis palette. Oh my god guys, this palette works so great, so pretty. The colors were so pretty, blended so well, and I really love that they also have highlighter colors in this palette as well. Perfect. I love the way the highlighters look. They weren't chalky, they were beautiful. And yeah, if you would like to see how I created this look, keep watching and like and subscribe. So right here I'm going to prime my eyes with the LA Pro Girl concealer in the color Pure Beige, and then I'm going to set it with the CoverGirl loose powder in the color 105. I'm also using the same loose powder to set my brows as well. Now I'm going into the Desert Oasis palette by BH Cosmetics, and I'm going to pick up the color Sandstone for my transition color. And it goes on really pigmented, so I'm just going to blend it out back and forth. Sweeping motions until I get the desired color that I want. Now I'm going back into the palette, into the color Dune, and I'm going to use that in my crease just to deepen up the color. I use Sandstone, and I'm also blending that in with the same brush, back and forth motions. The colors are kind of not too far off from each other, but I just feel like this color deepens up my crease a little bit more. Now I'm going to go in with the color Nightscape, and it's like a really dark brown color, and I'm just going to pack that onto the corners of my lid with a flat brush. Now I'm going back into Sandstone with a fluffy brush so I can blend out the color Nightscape so it won't look too harsh. So the lines won't look too harsh and everything can blend out. And this color, Hot Spring, I couldn't wait to use it. I'm going to take this color on a flat brush and just pack it on right next to the color Nightscape. I didn't have to take any setting spray with this color. It went on very pigmented. Went on very nice, very smooth. This color is really pretty. Now I'm still making sure that I'm blending the color still into the Nightscape color, not so it won't look really uniform like I'm putting it just right next to it. I'm still kind of blending it into the other color so it can just look like it has a gradient effect, like it's just going right into the blue and that it's not right next to each other. Now I'm going to take the color Heat Haze and do the exact same thing that I did with the color Hot Spring. I'm going to put it right next to it. But I did take some setting spray on this one just because I wanted to see how much pigment it will put down, because I really wanted this color to pop on my eyelids. So yeah, I'm just going to blend that also into the blue, like not all the way into it, but just kind of so it still looks gradient, like it's forming into that color and not just laying right next to it. And this color went on really smooth and pretty as well. And I'm going back in with that fluffy brush that had the sandstone color on it, just to deepen up, you know, make the crease pop a little more, just in case the colors got lost on the lid colors. And I'm going back in with this fluffy brush back into the color Nightscape, just to, you know, build up more around the crease, around the corners, just to define the color more, make it stick out and pop, and to add more of a smoky effect. Now I'm spraying my brush, again, a smaller flat brush. And I'm gonna go into back into the palette and go into the color turquoise. It's also a really pretty blue color. And I'm just gonna put that in my inner corners, kind of still on my lid, not like the outer far inner corners, but kind of still on my lid. And that just looks really pretty. But I did have to put a little bit of setting spray. I mean, you didn't have to with me. I just really wanted it to pop so you can really see the blue sticking out. And of course, I have to do a wing. So I'm gonna use my e.l.f. black wing liner. And this one, as I always say, is like the easiest for me to do wings with because of the pointy tip. Especially for beginners or people who have trouble doing wings, I feel like it just glides on way easier, and the pointy tip helps create the wing better. And I'm not doing a long wing like I would usually do, or an exaggerated one. I'm just going to do a small one so it won't take away from the colors that I have on my lid. And to get that super sharp end, that super sharp wing like I like, I'm going to go back in and clean it up with the rest of the concealer that I had left on my brush for my eyebrows. But if you don't have any concealer left on it, whatever you use to carve out your eyebrows, or prime your lids, that's what you use. And just slide it back and forth until you get the desired look that you want. And then just to set it, I'm going to go back in with the loose powder just to set the concealer. I'm going back into the palette, into the highlight color Mirage, and I'm going to use that under my brow bone. For my face, I'm using the e.l.f. Beauty Shield. I'm using it to moisturize my face. And I really love this. I got this maybe a couple months ago and I've been using it ever since. You can mix it with your foundations, your concealers, or just put it bare on your bare skin. And it really leaves my face feeling really hydrated and conditioned. I'm adding some mascara to my top lashes while I'm waiting for the glue to dry on my falsies. And then I'm going to add some liquid glow to my face. And this liquid goes by Becca in the color Opal, just to add more of a glowy look to my foundation. And I'm gonna blend that out with my beauty blender. And then I'm gonna add an orange color corrector by LA Pro Girl, just to correct all the spots on my face. I have a lot of discoloration and a couple dark spots, so I just want to correct all those spots. And I'm going to also blend those two out with my beauty blender. The lashes I'm using are by Kiss, and they're in the style Shy, a more natural lash. Because this look isn't too dramatic, I didn't want to make it too dramatic, I just wanted to have that pop of blue. And these lashes I feel like are perfect if you don't want to be too dramatic, but still look nice and full and fluttery. So I'll be using the Fit Me foundation, the matte poreless one, in the color Warm Sun, which is 334. And I'm just going to pour some of that on my hand and then use my finger just to blot it all over my face before I blend it out with my beauty blender. I really wish that they had the squeezy top, the squeezy dispenser. I don't know the name for it, but the squeezy dispenser would just be so much easier because I feel like I waste more product on my hands when I have to pour it out. But other than that, this is one of my favorite foundations. Like, it matches my skin perfectly. My favorite contour stick by Wet n Wild. It's called Where's Walnut. I really wish they would come out with a darker color in this brand, but for right now, this is what works. I really love this stick, and I'm going to be using this to contour my face. And then I'm going to be blending out my contour, the small stipple brush from e.l.f. And I'm so happy I found this small beauty blender. I believe I got it from Five and Below, but I'm going to be using that just to set all the concealer I have on my face and shape out underneath my contour so I can have a sharp contour line. And I just feel like this builds up the loose powder really good under your eyes, a small brush. And then I'm going to be going back into the It's My Raye palette, and I'm going to be using the color Mocha to bronze my face. And for my nose, I'm going to be still in the It's My Raye palette, but I'm going to be using a little bit of the color Brownie Bites to contour my nose, and then going back in with the color Mocha. And I'm going to be blending this out really good because I don't want a harsh line or a harsh contour line. So I'm going to be blending this out really good up by the bridge of my nose. And to set my whole face, I'll be using the color Raye, which is also in the It's My Raye palette. I really love that palette because I feel like I use it to set my face, highlight my face, bronze my face, contour my face, and for eyeshadow. Like, it's such an awesome palette. And for my lower lash line, I'm going to be taking the color Sandstone again and just applying that right underneath my lower lash line. And I'll be going in with the color Dune too. Like, I'm basically going to be taking all the colors I used on top except for the blue color to do under my lash line. And this is a brush that usually comes with the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. And the flat side, I feel like it's really good for smudging out and for packing on color. Yeah, so I'm going to be using both of those colors on the lash line, and then I'm going to be taking Nightscape and just going in the corners of my lower lash line just to smoke it out. And for my waterline, I'm going to be using this e.l.f. waterproof metallic liner in the color Blue Moon. I wanted to still dip into those blues a little bit. And this is not a really popping blue, but it's a pretty metallic turquoisey kind of blue. I just feel like it would look pretty on my waterline. And then I'm going to be going back into the Desert Oasis palette to use these two highlighter colors, Mirage and Utopia, to highlight my face. These colors together are so pretty. I just feel like these highlighters in here are awesome. And this is such a pretty palette. And I like to go over my highlighter or my highlights with a beauty blender just so it can look seamless and not really look bulky. And then I'm going to put some mascara on my bottom lashes. And the mascara I'm using is by Mary Kay. I don't really know the name of it. But for my lips, I'm going to be using the famous Fenty lip balm or gloss balm. I believe it's gloss balm. I don't really have to do too much with this lip gloss. Like, it's really glossy, it's popping, it has some shimmer in it. I didn't need to put on a liner or anything for this look. I just feel like it looks really natural with the pop of color. I like really glossy and glowy and shiny. I really like the way this look came out. that blue on those eyes, child. Yes, yes, honey.